Okay, Mark here. So I've taken off the solid state interface and I've hooked up the C2N dataset, and I've got this game Power Drift from Activision, and I've got the tape, and I've hooked up the C2N dataset. So let's see if this will actually load. The thing is that this is actually the PAL edition. So my question is, will these PAL games load and run on a Commodore 128 or Commodore 64 NTSC model? It's a very nice way for the Americans also to see whether or not it would work. So press shift+run stop, and that produces the press play on tape. So let me do that, and the tape is loading. Of course, this old data set, I have yet to see if it is properly calibrated, but at least it should be able to find the title of a game somewhere. And it could be that the tape is knackered, but so it says, it found Power Drift. So let's press. So that's funny, because these NTSC systems, they run quite a bit faster than the PAL systems, but for some reason all these crazy loading procedure things, they actually work. They actually work on NTSC machines as well. So it's probably a safe bet to get your C2N drive and get some cheap English games, I guess. I don't think Power Drift is going to be particularly good, because it's a very nice 3D game, in the arcade at least. Ah, cool. So there's music playing. Of course, it's just this is just a big test to figure out if it is possible to actually load and run tape games on an NTSC machine, because of course it probably works. So we are going to experience a real-time tape loading on a NTSC machine. This game. And this game is part of the Stig parcel that I have yet to upload the unboxing video of, but John, thanks for that. And looky here. I am going to upload the unboxing, and I have to edit it yet, but I thought it would be cool to show the loading of this game. And it often took a long time to load these games. So what is the box all about? Power Drift. Very nice artwork. Power Drift, Activision. I like this loading music. It almost makes it look like a Spectrum loading in a tape game. So Power Drift. It's fast, it's furious, it's Power Drift. (1988, 1989), so it's one of the later games. I wonder... Jason. That's one of the characters, I guess. So 4 minutes loading time, I guess. It's very nice looking graphics. So this is what we Europeans had to suffer through trying to load a Commodore 64 game. I'm not sure what this graphic is. It's going to take forever. It's really weird how this would actually work and why disk turbo loaders wouldn't work. You know, one would expect tapes to suffer more, I guess, because you know everything is cycle timed, and one would expect if the tape timer is also faster, perhaps the data streaming to the tape deck would have been faster, but I guess they used a fixed baud rate. And yeah, just, I mean, and that's very nice. So it's actually, I think they wanted to preserve compatibility, data compatibility between PAL and NTSC machines, which is cool. It was really weird because this CPU is actually running faster, so and these are fancy loading routines that are quite different from the regular loading routines. So they must use some sort of timing mechanism to sequence it properly. And it's loading in something, and it did find this picture and decoded the picture. So I guess this old tape, and it's from 1989. It's actually the year I graduated from high school and I went to medical school. Power drift, look, it's cycling through. So I mean, this is an ancient tape, you know, a really ancient tape, and I'm getting all sorts of Twitter messages from UK Retro Games and Retro Gamer VX, and yeah, I'm curious whether or not this would just, you know, spring to life, this game, or whether or not this this loading attempt to load a game would just you know, result into utter failure. Yeah, eight minutes into loading. So I mean, yeah, I mean, we would go, you know, eat an apple. I guess select a course and drive it with the joystick. So I think I'll just have to press stop. Let me see if I can select a course. Another Twitter. Okay, so let's select that. Okay, so this is not the best. Some nice scaling effects, but this is not the best Commodore 64 game. But it's actually loading, and I'm actually playing Power Drift. So, is loading tape games on an NTSC machine possible? PAL games? Yes, it is. And I think it's a safe bet to actually get some PAL games if you're interested as an American, or you know, one of the NTSC. Yeah, and I mean it looks okay, but it plays like a dog, I guess. Oh man. Okay, I'm just gonna rewind the tape. that is something you always have to do when playing these type games. And stuff it back into the box, but yeah, success. Let's open up the... So, 8 minutes, I mean, time to consume an apple, or just, you know, put the kettle on and get yourself a nice cuppa. Okay, so this ancient tape is still loading. Very, very cool. Success!